Welcome. This podcast is an exploration into being human and what's possible when there's less attention on the noise in our heads. Warning. While listening to this broadcast, you may experience moments of deep peace, sighs of relief, personal insights, or long stretches of dead air. Do not be afraid. This is normal. Under the Noise with Wyn Morgan and Kate Roberts.
Welcome to a bonus episode of Under the Noise, which is just a season's greeting from Kate and myself. You laughed even before I said hello, Kate.
I know, right? I jumped the gun on my nervousness.
Well, your ha-ha-ha sounded a bit like ho-ho-ho.
There you go.
So maybe that was in your mind, you know.
Maybe.
Yeah. So what would you want to say to our listeners as we end 2022 and we get into 2023 soon?
That's a super good question, Wyn. Gosh. My mind naturally goes back to previous holidays, and depending on your age, we have all of these past experiences of the holidays and our memory banks and how things have been. And for me personally, which is all I can ever offer anyone, is a willingness for something new to show up in every moment, not just the holiday or the new year. But there's always something new available. And not just for us to see, but to see in others and in the holiday and the events. And also, it's okay if you don't see anything new and nothing new shows up. It's all good and it's all okay. I guess that's what I would love. Yeah. How about you, Wyn?
Well, there was a part of me that wished I hadn't asked you that because I knew I'd have to answer it for myself as well because I haven't thought of an answer to it yet.
Hey, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. It's my fault. The bit that I'm just filled with kind of gratitude right now, knowing that I get to spend it with family who I've been very blessed to have immediate family who have been amazing to me and will be. Won't be a big Christmas, but the few of us around the table will have a really lovely time, I know. And maybe we won't. Maybe there'll be some kind of crosswords, and if you think of the history, then that's very possible as well. And then I get to see extended family, and I get to see a bunch of friends as well as I go back to Wales for Christmas. And I know I'm very lucky to first of all have family that want to spend time with me and I want to spend time with, and I know that's not the case for everyone. And I still have family around, and I know that's not the case for everyone as well. So for those of you who have family, if I had one wish for you and people you're going to spend time with, expectations are just something that we make up. And they're not particularly worth measuring anyone nor ourselves against, especially ourselves against. That's one thing I would say. So give ourselves and each other a bit more latitude to be themselves. not try and be perfect or it need to be this way, and just let all that stuff go and as much as possible. Because I know every time that I'm with people and it's not that, and I'm not enjoying it, it's because I'm in my head about expectations a lot of the time. And for those of you not spending time with loved ones, however you spend this time, or whether you celebrate anything or not, I think, Kate, what you just said about the ability to see something fresh and new is always available, even when it doesn't show us anything fresh or new. And as we move and get fresh calendars that have a different number on them, the arbitrary date of December the 31st, certainly in our society, then goes into January the 1st. That's a different year number against that we've just made up. January the 1st wasn't always the first day of the year. Not that many years ago it wasn't. It's another thing that we've made up, and we have New Year's resolutions and all that kind of stuff. I just think it's still a nice thing to know that there's a fresh, but the potential for fresh is in every moment. And I wish you have a really lovely couple of weeks, and we'll be back with episode 101 in January. I think that's what we've said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And an appreciation for you listening, and whoever else you might have shared this with, because I heard from somebody on the weekend that they've shared it with so many people. And it's just nice that that reaches out. So for you listening to this right now, on behalf of both of us, thank you. And we wish you and everyone you know the very best.
That was perfect, Wyn.
Well, I best not let that get to my head, because then I'll try and live up to that, right? Yeah. And thank you, Kate, for everything that you do for this. And for the friend that you are.
For saying that. And for those of you who need a little under the noise fix for the holidays, if you go into a crazy time and would love to have some under the noise time, you have 100 episodes, which is amazing to us. I feel a lot of gratitude for that. Because I get to go back and listen too, which is really cool, because there's always something new when I go back. So there's a whole list of new if you haven't heard everything. So we hope you have such a wonderful holiday, and we'll see you in the new year. Thank you so much for listening and for your loyalty. Thanks, Wyn.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. We'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and review. If you have a topic or question that you'd like us to chat about, email Wyn or Kate at wyn@winning.co.uk and Kate at katerobertscoaching.com. Until then, enjoy what's possible under the noise.